It's a guy who fucking goes and makes friends with an octopus. He like basically he's going through his own form of depression, and because he's a filmmaker and he's starting to like lose touch with like making films and nature and all that, and he's a nature documentarist, so he takes up snorkeling and finds this patch that's like his own, and finds this like octopus and goes there every single day at the same time until the octopus like gets used to him and is like hanging out with him and is like buddies with him, and just some of the most amazing cinematography I've ever seen. It's such a cool story, and like seeing how insanely intelligent these animals are.
Well, their DNA is more complex than our own by leaps and bounds.
It's just they're like a glorified like snail basically, but they have so much intelligence and thought, and like
they have a brain in every tentacle and a brain in their head, and they have 3 hearts, different colored blood. They're essentially a super race, which could be alien.
Yeah,
I mean, because they have their chromosomes don't match what we have on Earth. Like they have their DNA is different. They're able also to control it at will, which is why they can change the shape, texture of their skin and color at will.
Yeah.
It's really very interesting to think that if an alien species who couldn't speak our language or whatever came to Earth and decided to not go on the small amount of land that there is, but instead live in the sea, where there's more room. It's a 3-dimensional travel as well, whereas on land we just go forward and backward, but in the sea you can go up, down, angle, so.
It's like Ender's Game.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. But if you liked that, I haven't seen it myself, but I really want to watch a documentary about a guy with a pet octopus in his living room. Essentially, he has an aquarium and it watches television with them. It interacts with them, and he's the first one to capture on film an octopus dreaming. And you can watch that readily on YouTube, the octopus dreaming, and it's really fucking cool because it changes color in a specific way. When they do that in nature, the scientists know that it's doing things. When it changes to that color, it's rising in the water. When it changes it to that, it's descending. So they can follow the octopus's dream. It's a female.
Yeah.
They can follow her dream and
That's crazy.
Like the illithids, the mind flayers.
Yeah.
They come from space.
Except octopus
face dudes.
A little less terrifying.
Mind sorcerers.
Squid face.
I wish that my
sludge album.
My octopus teacher should have ended with him being like, and now I'm friends with the octopus, and it latches onto his face and eats his brain.
Oh, God.
I don't think they do that.
Now it has 10 brains.
It's pretty cool. I mean, you must have seen the different footage of the octopus escaping jars and so on. They figure out how the screw cap works and so on. But in the aquariums, they escape their tanks all the time
through the shit that like makes the air move. I can't remember the fuck.
They learn the security guards. They learn the security guards, like the people who walk. They learn their schedule, and then they escape to go hunting in other tanks. And then they come back to their tank and go back in there, and are like, "We've been here the whole time.
No problem."
How is that not thought?
No idea where the clownfish went.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows?
They don't just go out. They know to go back to their tank and survive there instead of like, well, we're heading back to the ocean, so let's see if we can jumpstart a car.
I saw one of those.
Well, not yet. There's a lot of like unsolved Grand Theft Autos that we don't really know. Like it could have been an octopus getting back to the sea. No one would correlate those two things. Like maybe, just maybe.
Maybe instead of Crash Pandas, I'll do Octoprix or something like that as my racing game, my tabletop racing game, where you play as 5.
Octoprix.
the grand Octoprix.
Octoprix. What's Octoprix?
That's completely. I think that's hentai.
Yeah, probably.
How many raccoons are in the Crash Panda?
4 to 5.
Oh, well, there you go. Call it Octopive.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. But then that doesn't relate to racing. You could be 5 octopus doing anything. I guess that's awesome, too. You could do a heist. You could run a small business.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta start by escaping your fish tanks.
Fuck, I'm going to write this. I'm making this game.
It's not a fish tank if it's an octopus tank.
I actually got to see one.
They're heading to the hardware store and they're going to build a shed.
Yeah. We can't quite reach him. He's just built this little platform. It's quite incredible.
They're all glorped together in a trench coat, trying to buy the wood.
Cartwheeling in a star all together. Wow. They probably don't need to do that stuff.
No, I mean, they live in the seas, or sheds necessary.
Dolphins, too. Dolphins are supposed to be super intelligent also.
Yeah, but they don't have 2,000 articulated suckers that they can move independently, so they're obviously less cool.
I would agree. Fuck, I love octopus. They're so
Yeah, they're so fucking cool.
Yeah.
I got to see one in the wild last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty fucking killer. We're on Galliano, just like getting way too excited about a starfish and a crab. I was like, dude, there's a starfish beside a crab. Whoa, that's insane.
How
and then
often does this
it just
happen?
like bloop, swims by. You're like, what the fuck? No, never seen one of those anywhere except for behind glass.
The old one.
Yeah.
Do you remember the local lady that took the pictures of the octopus who are opportunistic hunters? They'll hunt pretty much anything as long as they get their tentacles on it. She got pictures of it taking a seagull down off the top of the water, and the pictures are amazing.
Yeah.
They're like the
I
tentacles coming out, grabbing it, take it down. Well, you drown that thing and you eat it. So cool. And then I was walking maybe a month later down on the breakwater.
Yeah.
And I'm always looking down to see if I can see an octopus. Of course, yeah, right.
Well, there's
but
they have the giant reds there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking down. I'm hoping to see one, and then there, stop. I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I'm like, look at this. Like, I was just like celebrating, and you know how small the breakwater is. There's not a lot of room there. I'm dancing around celebrating. I'm like, oh my God, look at this guy. And
This is
Doing the
octopus dance.
octopus.
he's just in the water sitting there, but he looks amazing, and I'm watching him. And I see some seagulls, and this story's fresh in my mind, and there's some seagulls that are just fucking around on the water real close, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm going to see an octopus eat a seagull firsthand, and I'm getting everyone's attention. I'm waving around. I'm like, guys, get over here. We are going to see something. And these
Seagulls are getting spooked.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
like,
man.
Octopus is like, shut up, man.
It's like a 5-year-old at Chuck E. Cheese when the curtain opens and the animatronics are getting ready. Everyone's like, fucking get
These
over here.
tourists were all gathered around, and I'm narrating the show. I'm like, dudes, I just saw the pictures, and this is what's going to happen.
this.
I know this.
David Attenborough over here.
And as I'm talking, the seagulls are coming in towards this octopus, and I'm like, I'm like 99.9% certain that we're gonna see this. Like, it's so. What's he doing up there? He's hunting, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the
He
seagulls
was
are
full.
not playing ball. They're swimming around. They veer off.
They
don't-
saw
not
the
because-
video.
They don't see the octopus or anything, but like he's doing a great job. I'm nothing against him. The octopus the seagulls just veer off or whatever. So I'm like, I'm really disappointed. But
These 30 people are like, can we get our money back?
they're like,
Where's my $5?
we're walking here. We're just going to keep on going. I'm like, you're gonna miss out. But the
You don't
cool
understand.
thing that happened is the octopus came out. Like I know that when you catch an octopus and he's out of the water, he will cruise around on land, kind of like a big jelly blob, and then he will go back and find a way back into the water. Okay, cool. But he came out of the water on his own volition and cruised across the rocks, and I was amazed to see him do it. I didn't know that they chose to come. I mean, they do.
Just cruising.
If they get like left by tide or whatever in a pool, they'll just get out of
They do
there
it
and
to-
go back to the
That's
ocean.
awesome.
Like,
They do it to get away from predators too. There could have been like a dogfish or a seal chilling by, and he's like, "Fuck that noise."
yeah, they just get out. But he
Go up
just
here.
was going for a sunny cruise, and I was like
Warming up. He's like, I feel
extremely
pretty
happy about seeing this.
Yeah.
Like
That was his-
ecstatic. Not only did I get to see an octopus, he came out of the water.
Yeah.
For me, no, yeah, right.
Say
It
what's
was.
up.
It was
He
his
came-
apology.
He
was
came out
like,
of the
"Sorry,
water
I didn't kill that fucking
and cruised.
bird."
Yeah,
Ben."
maybe he was looking for something else to eat, but like, it was just like it's a highlight.
Is he
of
going to
my
throw me a
life.
sandwich?
Pretty cool. If I had a sandwich, I would have fucking thrown it to him.
No shit.
He would have been like human food.
Yeah.
Where's the sport in this?
Turns purple and scuttles away. Like,
You guys are so under-evolved.
squirts you with ink.
Wonder
Yeah.
if they can fire it.
Oh, that's dope.
That would have been pretty cool. Oh, who dis? Hey, there he is.
Oh, it's still in.
Dylan has arrived just in time for us to talk about our penises.
Penis bad.
Jesus.
Ben
Talk about this again?
Ben
Damn.
sent,
Life
ben
is
sent me the
penis.
message after the last one. He just said penis bad.
Oh man, you could turn the logo into penis bad so easily. Just turn the F into a P,
I
one
fucked up.
line, and put a little N in between.
I fucked
Penis
up.
bad.
I didn't fuck up the logo to say penis bad. I didn't even think of it. The
I feel
stupidity
so low.
of me.
Well, hi guys.
Oh, what's the matter?
I feel
Hey,
so
there
low.
he is.
Hi guys.
That stool's the same height as ours, right?
I'm gonna get a neck cramp. Yeah. I'm on the ground to you guys. Yeah. It's
I thought you
cool.
meant you're feeling low.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Are you?
Smoke. You know.
Yeah, the smoke got you down.
Yeah.
It didn't get better since last time.
Is that smoke or rain?
It's
It's
both.
both.
Oh.
Rain smoke.
Smoky rain.
Yeah, it's either one.
Yeah, that's my favorite blues singer.
Smokey Rain sounds way too whitewashed. He's definitely a southern
Well, that's
rock
why he's
guy
my
who
favorite
came out of
blues
American Idol.
I'm pretty Wonder Bread, you know.
This is pop culture sensation on American Idol. Fourth place contestant, Smokey Rain.
I can't breathe in my hometown.
Gary the Beat Boys and free myself. Another cover of this? Smokey Rain, he kills it every time. Holy shit. Wow. I wish, yeah, okay, well now I feel a little better about what the real Smokey Rain is. I'm glad the other guy doesn't exist.
Really
Yeah.
didn't give me a beat more.
I want to get lost. I'll stop you there. Get lost.
Yeah, just get lost.
What'd you guys eat today?
Oh, no.
God, every time.
Oh my God, Dylan, why are you so interested?
You know, every time you
Scrub
guys,
way.
It's just
you guys always ask that. You know what? I usually have made a homemade delicious meal.
fuck! Look at this
Why
guy.
aren't you showing up
That's
to talk
not
about it?
interesting.
Well,
at all.
last time
I want the fast food deets, man. Come on.
phone.
Phone.
There's a phone.
Is that your pizza?
Pick up the phone.
Listen.
Oh no, we don't.
Daniel,
I wanted to
you
hear
fucked
it.
it up.
I wanted to hear it. I fucked it up. I wanted to hear the song.
Whenever you say listen and everyone gets quiet for a sound, that sound goes away.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes again.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, we talk over it and then we'll hear it. I got you. That's better. I'm starting to learn. These things get better as you go. You get skills as you go.
Like
Right on.
making people hear a phone.
Well, yeah, listen close to the phone.
What's
think it
your
was in your
version?
head, yeah.
I'm racking my brain for your version of that song. I want to get thrown in a fucking hole. What is that?
Tossed in a fucking hole. That's it. Yeah. This was a meme or something that I don't know.
It's one of those internet pictures.
Oh yeah, one of them images that I read with a tune in my head because I know that song. That song's the #1 on my podcast. I mean my pod. What are those things called that I don't have?
Broadcast?
iPod.
No, we do have
iPod.
that.
I
iPod.
don't have. Yeah.
iPod. I don't even have an iPod. I just have music on my phone, but
Crazy.
that joke landed
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we laughed.
like a fucking
We
balloon.
laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best part of a podcast is you can't hear the audience's silence.
I can't even
fuck?
tell when they turn off the thing.
Yeah. We just keep going like idiots. the whole
Click.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone who possibly could have clicked this just to support us at all just has already long turned it off, so it's okay.
I gave him the view. That's all I need to give him. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're still here, then welcome. This
Thank
is the
you.
beginning of our podcast.
Right on.
Yeah.
What about the coffee? He doesn't like the coffee. I remember I was told to
Oh,
ask
yeah.
about the coffee.
How do you
You
drink?
were going to ask me about coffee?
Yeah. About what like you and coffee.
Well, I think coffee is disgusting. It's bitter and it makes you poop extremely
drinking
fast, which I'm all
diuretic. Yep.
Oh yes, but
Especially when you have
I-
like the smoke cigarette. I mean the smoke coffee combo.
well, I don't
She
smoke.
doesn't do either of those.
Yeah.
Because I've been straight edge my whole life.
Oh,
However,
hey, I don't smoke either.
where I fucked that up, thank you, John. Where I fucked that up is that I do love caffeine. But if I'm gonna drink caffeine, it needs to be sweet and delicious.
Like a soda pop.
So I don't drink a bitter ass fucking coffee bean juice. I also don't crack open a can of kidney beans and sip the top
Does that
liquid
work?
off of it. You know,
Does that work? Kidney beans have caffeine? You heard it here, folks.
you're gonna be sad to hear that.
Life is bad science. Fact.
The sad fact of reality is it does not work at all.
Oh,
Gross.
Oh, can we get one of those?
Debunked.
Really? Because you really wanted to try it?
Can we get
Anyway,
one of those? Sorry,
I get like a
sorry.
chocolate. I get if I want to have caffeine, I get a chocolate choo-choo. You know, I
Chocolate
get
choo-choo? Like a Charleston chew?
no. It's like
What?
a
They sell
small
that at
chocolate
Denny's?
milk with like 3 espresso shots in it. Tastes sweet
What?
and delicious, and it'll get you
That's
fucking
like-
going.
no. How do you do it? How do you do it? You order it. Okay, walk me through it. You go into Tim Hortons. I'm just curious because it's good.
It
I've
is
never heard
good.
anybody do that.
It's delicious. I've never heard of anybody doing it, and it's Ben's secret.
Really? Nobody does this? Well,
Okay.
I think it's pretty
Secret's
ingenious.
I'm curious to find if somebody does. Go ahead.
I go into Trim Hortons
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I order 3 espresso shots and an empty cup, and I buy a small chocolate milk. And then
you pour it?
They give me the empty cup. And they
you
often
pour
want to put a
it?
fucking lid on it. But don't. Then you pour it? Thanks.
No, man.
I do.
It's like whiskey.
You're not gonna believe this.
He does it like
Just don't try to race to the end. I get the espresso shots put
fuck.
into the empty cup, and
then
then
he
I
shoots it like whiskey, and then he chases it with the chocolate milk.
burn my mouth
You
down.
lick the salt, and then you squirt the lime in your eye.
Oh, fuck. The espresso shots are super fucking hot, and my mouth I have the weakest mouth.
You got baby
It
mouth.
doesn't like things that are bitter, and it doesn't like
Ladies.
things that are...
Weak
I
mouth.
uttered that. Daniel, edit that out.
I have the strongest mouth.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
and then I just dump my chocolate milk on it, swirl it around, and
There it
shoot
goes.
it back.
That's quick.
That's
Yeah.
a drinking noise.
It's delicious, and it really, really works.
It works. For what? Getting you all hyped for band practice?
I guess,
A
but
panic
but
attack?
you know as well as anybody else that when I have that before band practice, sometimes I get a lot of anxiety, and I'm playing in our comfy practice space where life should be the best, and I'm thinking, why am I so fucking nervous?
That's
like
why
I'm so nervous about something, the part coming up. Oh, that riff, can I play it? I'm like, hey, it's my song.
John's
I
here.
wrote
He's
it.
judging.
Have you noticed that a lot of your songs are described as frantic? Do you think that might be why?
Hey, what is the word?
No,
What does the word frenetic mean?
Frenetic.
frenetic.
I think people mean to say frantic, but
No,
they
no,
write
frenetic is an
What
actual word.
Okay,
It is.
so what is it?
It's
Isn't it like a way of
chaotic.
speech?
It's chaotic, I
Is that
think.
still on or just
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just
Wait,
Is
I thought it was like a
Grugel-
word
is-
of speech.
Can
Like
you look it up
type
on
of speech.
Google in the background?
Frenetic.
frenetic?
I can look at.
There we go. He's on it.
I think it means a friend who is robotic or electronic.
No, it doesn't.
Frenetic. Yeah.
I think
it
it's-
sounds like an
That's-
online like
I think you're
sex
thinking
doll
of
company.
frenetic as being phonetic, and it's not
It's like
that.
the piece of skin that attaches your rod to your scrotum.
Oh, here we are.
That's your taint.
No, that's
taint
your-
your bum hole, taint your ball sack.
No. Between your ball sack. No, that's after the nuts.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
talking about before that. Your frenulum. Frenulum. Sorry. Never mind. Frenulum.
That's the way the frenulum swings, man.
Never mind.
Frenetic.
It does.
It's an adjective, and it means fast and energetic in a rather wild and uncontrolled way.
Like,
Oh,
how
that's
we-
frenetic
it.
pace of
Okay.
activity.
Okay.
like how we just read the description.
Yeah.
So those
That's
guys.
chocolate moo moo or whatever you called it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolate choo choo.
Oh fuck, my bad.
Get it right.
Peek in the mic.
We forget that we gotta move the mic back from Ben. He's really excited,
it's- yeah.
especially
He
after one of
sits
the,
closest. He's had you start getting into the multiples of those drinks he does. That's 6 shots, 9 shots. Fuck, it's getting
Damn.
crazy.
picturing
I've
Ben,
literally never
Ben
done
all
that.
haggard at the Tim Hortons, just like, yeah, line up 3 shots of espresso, just and shooting the chocolate milk.
Why do you want me to
Rails
drink
the
it hot so
chocolate milk.
bad?
Yeah.
It's gonna burn my mouth.
Just rails it. Yeah. Chocolate. Yeah. Choo choo. Yeah.
He's charging out of there.
Just fuck.
See, this is better. I was
It's
hoping-
6 in the morning. You animal. Yeah.
Go get him, Ben.
Get him. Yeah.
He's there for first
You do
call.
it. Yeah. He's here for first call. That's
I was
He leaves
really-
the door. They call, okay, 911.
He's here again.
Yeah, he just left.
I was really hoping we talk about Torrefy. I'm glad that we are.
Yeah.
I'm in Torrefy.
We're getting to know you.
How do you, we're just letting you know the fact, like, why we play so quickly.
Yeah, frantic.
It's these fucking frenetic drinks Ben so he's drinking.
Oh, you really
Wait,
want to
that's
use
not
it?
right. I'll get better at
It's
it.
these frenulum drinks that Ben.
So tasty.
Everybody, think about
drinks.
What kind of shit you want to talk about, though? That I like that. We can talk about like the album. Like the making of the album.
I was thinking anything
Does
Torrefy,
anybody,
just to make up for the last one.
Anybody give a shit
Any
about that?
single thing.
Any little thing.
everyone's gonna love the last one.
Oh, you thought we're supposed to talk about Torrefy here?
The
Oh,
Life is Bad Torrefy podcast.
I'm sorry if you came
I
here.
wrote a song about spitting on my principal. And, What's it for Torrefy? No, not at all.
Wasn't somehow Thrash Can something about that?
Yeah, it's some
think
stuff.
of-
No, that was mostly.
What's bad in a fucking face?
I don't remember that.
I think Thrash Can was about his wonderful room. His,
Oh yeah. His-
devastated
his
room.
Rum.
Layoff.
Devastated room.
I've heard it with this my whole life. Okay, I say broom and room. It's because I was raised at a racetrack. Everything's just
Sweeping
broom.
with a broom.
It's pronounced broom.
Drinking some rum.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Did you bring the rum on? That's my Jamaican accent.
Oh, great.
Oh, I see.
The rum on.
Did you bring the rum on? That's pretty good.
Yeah, keep
Really
trying.
good.
Not here, but
Yeah.
well. What do you
Topical.
want? Like what? The
I
fuck?
guess that's the issue. I was like, I want to talk about Torrefy, and then I came in here and I'm like, I haven't done anything with Torrefy for
Old
months.
news. Who
How can
listens
I
to music
fucking remember?
anyway?
It's all about podcasts. Yeah.
It's all about podcasts.
That's why we're hopping on. Yeah, the next album is just gonna be one long podcast.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of content, bros.
Ben's gonna like pick up a guitar. It's like no, none of that. And he's gonna put it down. Yeah.
I thought we were over this.
You picked the right person. The person who's going to touch their instrument first
Yeah,
is definitely going to be me. And oh no, Simon's talking about his rig again.
Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go for another 40 fucking minutes. Yeah.
I have the strange pain right here.
Fuck, Daniel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, Simon he's got his hand in the air. What's he want to talk about? His hurting dink?
Yeah, he's got his bag of snakes, I believe is what he calls it.
The bag of snakes.
It's
The bag of snakes.
Sorry, I mean, it's like a bag of snakes.
Silent voice.
His frenulum drink.
Yeah. Man, he's not even here to defend him.
Well, that's perfect.
I know, I'm waiting for the
I
next
haven't
one.
seen him since I put all those pictures of his face on the last video.
I think he left the island.
Yeah, he's had enough. He's
That
getting
was
out of
his
here.
send out.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be like because like only like part of you guys are here at a certain time, so it's just gonna be like each different podcast is gonna be like you guys like spitting at
Trash
each other, just
talking.
trash talking each other. It's like
Fuck that guy.
fuck you, Simon, from the last podcast, and
It's
then next
fucking band practice.
fuck you, Ben, from the last one. Yeah,
Okay.
fucking
you
dick.
got-
And it's gonna be one up, and then whoever gets the last podcast wins.
you got
Yeah, I
me
feel like
there.
anytime I'm not here, they won't ever make fun of anyone but me, and that's reasonable.
Yeah,
It's gonna get outbalanced
Trash.
pretty soon.
Why do you think he
I
shows
forgot
up?
that you came.
just
I
get a
kinda forgot
phone
who you
call
were.
during. I know you guys are trash talking me. I can't hear the podcast, but I know you guys are doing it. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I did try and look at the Instagram to, like, jog my memory about Torrefy and be like, oh, what interesting stories can I tell? And it just made me sad that we're not playing shows, and I saw some pictures from tour. And
Did you watch the video of the peanut punch?
Oh, that's a good one.
But you know what the best
Peanut punch.
the best video, if anybody's listening, go to our fucking Instagram and scroll
Right now.
down for a while.
Do yourself a
and
favor.
find a video of Simon running into the river that we're all in
Oh, it's the
and belly
best.
flopping in about 6 inches of water. I've watched that video 100 times. If
Sometimes
I'm
I
ever
just go
feeling
there.
depressed,
Yeah.
I'll watch that video 20 times in a row. It gets better and better. It just gets better.
He looks like a happy puppy, just like about to get in the water, and then he's just face full of dirt
Face
and water.
plants into 6 inches of water, and
But
it's
he
not an
stays happy.
exaggeration. He's so happy.
But he stays happy. He's good. His face
Does
just
he
goes
get
all
hurt?
the way in the water. I don't think so.
No?
It's hard to hurt him.
Yeah.
You know, growing up, you like, if you wanted to be a musician, you just picture tour. You're like, oh, I'm gonna play shows. You're thinking like
Wow.
Iron Maiden with their like airplanes hanging from the ceiling, all these people chanting your song, singing along, and then all that flashes forward to you standing in Nelson in a bar with nobody, not even the other band, and a bartender just kind of like, oh man, that is loud.
But honestly, on tour, the Nelson show was, in terms of people coming to the show, well, nobody came to the
Not a
show
single
except
human.
for those 2 kids.
Right.
They
It
were
was worth
underage.
Yeah.
They couldn't come in to the venue.
Yeah.
And we turned the stage, remember? And we tore
We,
all
like,
the
turned
posters out of the
towards
windows.
them.
Yeah.
And we played to those kids in the street.
I had my wireless,
And I
I
feel
went
like it
out
was
there.
one of my favorite shows of tour.
Yeah.
Because you went out in the street and
Yeah,
sang right to
I
them.
had my wireless and stood there and handed them a T-shirt and high-fived them.
That was one of my favorite shows of tour because
Dude, they were so hyped, those
oh
two
my
kids.
god, those 2 kids were
like
they
at
bought
the
every
window.
bit of merch that we had.
Yeah.
Unreal.
They were like so pumped, and I remember
Stuck at the
growing
door
up.
looking in.
I remember growing up in a small town because I grew up in Grand Forks, which is like an hour away from.
Yeah.
from
Hey,
Nelson.
shout out to Shockload, the other band.
Oh, yeah, Shockload.
Fucking Shockload, the punk band that played with us in that place. They were the other ones that rocked along with us, and I remember enjoying them. They were cool.
I remember living
Good
in a
drummer.
small town like that, and you know, nothing's going on ever, nothing cool, right? And so these kids wanted to come to this show, and it was unfortunately nobody else wanted to come to the show, but whatever.
Or just it wasn't
The way those
advertised,
kids
who
were,
knows?
they just wanted to do something fun, and they visited with us, and we had a ball with those kids. They were just so
Nelson's
cool.
like a one-horse town, so.
It's a pretty cool town,
was
actually.
beautiful.
It's it can be pretty hip. I mean,
looked
unfortunately, it's a cop training ground, which really sucks. But
Cops love black and thrash death speed. Oh, wait, never mind.
Gotta stomp
Maybe
people
just
to
death
something.
thrash speed.
Death trash. Yeah, I know.
They're more hardcore kids.
Yeah.
being
Fuck
a
you up in
cop
the
doesn't
pit.
make you a terrible person, but a lot of terrible people become cops.
Yeah, no, that's not
They're
tends to be.
terrible before they become a cop.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show. Also, what was awesome about that show was
Carrying
that
on.
we had no place to stay that night. We got paid in fucking full to playing a show to an empty room, plus those kids outside,
And
Thank you,
fed.
Casey.
and fed.
We got a full
And
meal,
the,
whatever
and
we
the
wanted.
food was good.
It was fine. Yeah, it
Dope
was
pub
pub food.
fare, but like dope.
Big plate of food. I was happy.
Yeah.
And then we got a free
How
place
often
to
do you get fed?
Do you remember the place where we got to stay?
Once, twice a week. Yeah.
The guy offered us his, like, he said, just
Trailer
follow me after the show. And we didn't know where we were going.
he
and
said
he
that-
drove us out in the fucking woods.
Well, he said that people stayed there because they went up on their way up to Mount Washington when they would stay up.
You mean Whitewater?
Sorry, not of course not Mount Washington. Excuse me. When they would go up to skiing anyway, wherever
Yeah.
the fuck you go skiing over there.
It's
they
Whitewater.
Yeah, and so that's why they had this set up for people to stay in or whatever. They had these campers.
Well, this is what I'm saying. We didn't know where we were going. We followed Buddy in his fucking vehicle in the tour van out into the woods in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night.
Were there
We
two
could've-
kids there?
No.
Oh god, thank
Their
God.
parents came and picked them up.
Okay,
and
thank
dropped them off at the show, which was amazing. Mom
Unreal.
and Dad dropped them off. Okay, off you go.
The benefits to
little
not-
scamps.
Go stand in front of the bar for an hour.
They knew what they were doing. Like they were gonna watch a fucking metal show through the windows of the bar, which was.
It's cool.
That's pretty rad. Yeah,
it
that's pretty
was
rad.
It was a nice sunny evening.
Yeah.
But
Listen to some metal.
yeah, so we got driven out into the middle of the woods, and the place was so rad. It
Our
was
tour
those-
manager went off to hook up with some Tinder date the whole time. He did it. He did well. He was awesome. This is ridiculous. It's like, how do you... Anyway, he did.
Yeah, don't.
met up
I
with
mean, but
someone.
like, yeah, how?
Okay, fine.
More
What?
Crazy.
I was baffled by that, and
He just aced it all.
kind of excited as well.
Good
Like,
for
he
you,
didn't sell
bro.
any merch because he was out getting laid. How do you do that?
More adults.
I don't know how he
saw
did it.
Our
By
managers-
not being in a rock and roll.
Lots of
band,
groundwork,
obviously.
I suppose. I don't know what he did.
More
How could
adults saw our manager's frenulum than people saw our band that night.
She brought him cookies in a literal way and a metaphysical way, but like she
Jeez.
literally brought him
A
cookies.
metaphysical cookie.
a metaphysical.
Fucking, that's a keeper.
Is that banging?
girl's
That's
cool.
what banging is.
I want you to have a taste of my metaphysical cookie. I'm turned on.
Jesus.
Oh, sorry, I'm taking.
I'm taking.
Better not be raisins in there. Ew.
Good God.
That's rough.
Well, anyway, so
think-
Nelson.
My favorite.
Well, where we're going with this is that in the middle of the woods where he took us was campers, like the kind that would go in the box of a truck, but on their stilty legs, alone with no truck. Multiple ones of them by a running brook.
I think it's a
And
hotel there.
we got two of them to like cram into, and it was.
A free, lovely place to soft,
God,
warm,
we had such
dry
fun
place to
that
sleep.
night, man. Dan and you and I, we did barely
She was-
couldn't even fall asleep. We were laughing so fucking hard.
Dude, fuck, I remember that. I forgot about that. We were
That's what I'm
just
telling you.
nonstop
It was
laughing,
such
man.
a good night.
Yeah, those-
Every one of our nights on tour was a great night, but
Yeah,
like
that was brilliant. Yeah.
I got crammed with Simon because we both smelled the worst.
you guys smelled fucking horrible. Simon was in our.
It's crazy.
He was in our camper with Dan and I, and
Oh,
he
cool.
smelled terrible. Like,
Oh, I got-
my feet were just fucking. It was bad.
Oh, it was bad.
I was embarrassed.
Right trailer shit.
I don't smell
was-
bad ever, so it's
Oh,
okay.
yeah, not once.
It's fine.
No, it always smells like flowers in the jam space for sure.
Fucking Werner.
Well, if you smelled better, you would have been able to smell my feet.
Oh god, yeah, I have a terrible sense of smell. Although when we recorded "Life Is Bad," I showed up here with the essential oils burner. It smelled like orange and chocolate. It was literally I mixed the
Cherries.
orange one and the chocolate one, and had like orange chocolate like scent when I was drumming that album.
Very cool.
Which is
That was
crazy
better
because
than-
when Simon brings the incense, it gives you a headache like immediately.
Incense,
And I
though.
love the incense when it's burning in here. It's such a cool vibe.
I don't like the intense. I don't like the intense like floral whatever. Like it smells like San
Intense
Francisco gifts.
incense?
Intense and sense. I don't like the intense and sense because it just makes it the choking kind of feeling. Of it. It's too cloying. It's I don't know.
Do you have like the vapor
Old
mist
lady
one?
perfume where you can't breathe in. And you're like, oh.
But you smoke weed.
Yeah, but I'm expecting that's a different.
You're breathing in
sensation.
smoke, and you
Different
love it.
sensation. If old lady perfume got me high, well, it probably does. That sounds really like a junky thing to say.
Weed does-
You would know.
I'm not gonna go huff. Hey,
We doesn't smell like
I'm not
midnight.
gonna go huff an old lady perfume. But does it? No.
It's not over there dabbing midnight. It's different.
As soon as you get rid of jewels, we'll go into huff and fucking perfume. That's,
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
the next step.
Today's the last day. No more jewels.
Is it?
At all? Or just the
50
flavor he
wow.
likes?
All the flavors. Every last one of the flavors. Yeah, you gotta go
Goddamn
jewelless.
kids
Yeah, goddamn kids can't fucking buy them. Can't.
being catered to kids.
If you
Yeah.
want to be addicted to nicotine, you have to smell like shit.
You
Yeah.
have to smell so. much
And it's got to
cigarettes.
taste like shit too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though they can ID it, but it's too tempting.
My favorite non-music part of tour was after tour. We went to that lake. I can't remember the name of it, but we were chilling on the dock.
Clearwater.
What's it called? Clearwater.
Yeah, we were chilling at
Clearwater
Clearwater, And all of a sudden, it's like the middle of the night, and all of a sudden it was fucking daytime.
Is that how your memory goes of this?
And then...
Okay, keep on going.
Yeah, it's like fucking daytime, and then there's like this purple-green aura through the whole sky. And all these people are like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? And we find out it was a fucking meteor entering the atmosphere.
What? I didn't know any of that.
You don't remember that at all?
I don't remember any of that. I remember some other things about that awesome night.
Well, Casey and
But I don't remember purple aura swirls meteors and shit.
that fucking happened.
But I think I went to bed. I think you and I like crashed early-ish that night because we had many party nights, and you and I just went
Early-ish? I don't know, because what my memory is
like
of
I
the
mean
night
before
that
these guys stayed up all night.
Well, what I thought was cool was we went down to the dock in the campsite.
Yeah.
We arrived to the campsite super late.
Yeah.
We went down to the dock, and as per the usual, like what's going on here, we just started talking about Paul, talking, and we were loud, and people are camping. And so we were down there for a while, dipping our feet in the water. It was just an amazing night.
It was cold, but it was really nice.
Cold, but clear sky, stars a-shine, and we're on this beautiful mountain lake in a campsite. Just incredible. And we're just being too loud and obnoxious. That's what we're doing. And the camp ranger came down to come and basically tell us to shut the fuck up. But he didn't do that at all. He came down and found out we were in a band in like under a minute. How did he do that? I don't know. I guess he just saw us. It was dark.
Shut the fuck up about
maybe.
it.
Okay. Well played, John.
He's going off the dock like stage dive splash.
He joined our group, joined the group instead of telling us to shut up.
Oh, he just broke down.
Spent the whole night with us.
I forget his name. He was a really nice guy.
It was awesome,
He
right?
gave me a beer.
Yeah, and he chilled with us all night, and we stayed up all night. Like, I don't know what time we went. Maybe I did because I am kind of an early crasher, but he got us the table at the resort.
Yeah.
Like at the restaurant that was
He
on
got
the
us the
campsite.
special treatment. And
We're out on the deck on the lake. And
it
he
was
came and ate
such a nice
breakfast
dude.
with us.
What?
Yeah. He
he's
came
a
and
nice dude.
Dude,
Wow.
He's bored.
He was
He was
like
just
our
like
best friend.
He's just like, I'm bored, man. Like nothing happens out here. It's nice to have people to chill with and stuff. Like it was cool.
And you're like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, he
Cool.
was chill with whatever.
The meteor thing happened.
He lived there, so
It did happen.
Yeah.
This is one
I
of
mean,
those
it's certainly a
times John was-
possibility. There's no way that you dropped acid.
no.
No, I didn't.
So I was gonna say
genuinely
it's
didn't.
one of the times John would tell you if he had done it, and he didn't. So
Okay, yeah, you got me there.
But there was a point to that story because whatever elements were in it burnt up in the atmosphere and made it purple and green, which is like the color scheme of the Infinity Complex, which we were touring at the time.
Oh yeah, I remember this. Okay.
And,
I didn't see it, but I remember the hearing.
This is leading up to an apology because 2020 is definitely our fault. Because remember when we released?
We
remember
prophesied it.
we released Thrash and Burn, and we went to Armstrong to release it, and the entire drive to Armstrong, everything was on fire.
Yeah.
For Thrash and Burn.
Yeah.
We do a tour for Infinity Complex, a fucking purple green meteor crashes into Canada. We released Life is Bad in 2020, and the world falls apart. It just collapses. It shatters like
Profits.
fabricated.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Damn.
my bad.
Better
our
carefully
bad.
name the next one.
Yeah.
Can you name it Dylan Gets $1 Million?
Let's name it Everything Gets Better, maybe.
I mean, yeah, everything gets better, maybe. I like that.
Phone. Answer the fucking phone.
So
Answer the fucking phone.
Oh yeah.
I got
There
it.
it is.
I'm so confused. I always hear that phone ring and you never answer it. Why?
Oh, dude, it's just sing the song. It's not for.
yeah.
It's not somebody calling.
No, it's just every once in a while it goes off.
Yeah, they think it's connected to the house attached to this place, and they answer in there.
Oh, there's more than another phone. I mean, one phone.
There's more than another
More than another phone.
That's the album name.
No, it's already come true.
Oh, shit,
Whoa!
right.
We don't need to name it something that's already come true. We have this power. We
More than another
Yeah.
phone, yeah.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
should call it We're Sorry, Life Improves.
Smoky Rain canceled.
Success for all. Yeah. Success for all featuring Smoky Rain.
All right, well, it was
It's
good
hit
talking
song.
about Subway. I gotta fly.
What?
Okay.
My cab's here. Yeah.
Oh well,
You
thanks.
got
for
a
popping
crab
in.
here?
Yeah.
That thing is that's a limousine.
It's a limousine. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Jump in the limo. We've been blessed by
Well, it
his
was
presence.
nice to
He
see
calls
you,
it
pal.
It's actually a bike, and I'm like fucking gonna pedal home, but
Oh, okay.
I lost my driving privilege. Anyways, bye guys. Yeah, see you on the next one.
Okay,
See you later, dude.
Yeah, have a good practice. Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Way to leave with what I assume was going to be a good story.
No.
No.
I think he's full of shit. He's full of shit.
Yeah, I don't
He's just
remember.
gonna drive his car away from here right now.
Everybody listen for that now?
He's riding a T-Rex away. I can see him in the window.
See, I do remember most of these things about tour. I don't remember much about recording. Okay, I do remember
Recording what? Life is Bad?
Yeah.
Because it was a long fucking time ago. Just released that record, but
I remember
we hit the studio like 2 years ago.
my awesome studio booth set up with like the Power Rangers sheets and like the hanging doll and like
Yeah.
the skulls.
I got a picture of that
And
on the Instagram.
I'm fucking staying in there, and every time I do a take, no matter what, you and Gustavo come on and be like, "Oh, John, that was good, but you got to groove on the downbeat."
Oh,
On the
yeah.
Well,
downbeat.
Daniel and I, we were, I mean, one of my favorite parts of the recording process was working with you,
The best
with
day.
Dan.
The golden day.
the golden day, yeah, like working
It's
with
2
you,
days.
listening to the lyrics, listening to you deliver the lyrics the way we did it, and I'm like, yeah, this is bullshit. Squeaky stool.
Squeaky stool. Get the
Steal
squeaky chair. instead.
Dylan's little chair. Does this one squeak too?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, Jesus.
That's not the
well,
chair's
You're
fault.
welcome, everyone.
Okay.
Anyway, it was good times listening to you track those vocals. That's all. And it was fun, making suggestions and just making
John
it
took
so-
instruction very well. We would hear him do something and then be like, "Wow, that's really good," but just a little bit of like bump. We were super perfectionist about it, and John was just like, "Okay, and then he would just do it.
Yeah, so
Like, you
I
asked
do
him,
remember
like, little
saying
more
groove it on the downbeat. Yeah. God, we said that a lot of times. I know.
Well, it became a joke, but at the beginning it was like, man, you just got to come in and hit that downbeat right
Yeah.
on, right there, and it would just be, he'd be close, right, like humanly close, but then I would want like
Everything-
robotic, exceptional, and he would just still, and only because I knew that he could do it, and he would just do it.
They would-
so sick to fucking experience that.
they would say into my mics, 'cause I was upstairs from them. They'd just get in, 3 voices in my mics telling me to groove on the downbeat, and I'd be like, "Yeah, of course." And then they turn it off, and I'd about to record, and I'd do the same fucking thing, and then they'd be like, "Yeah, good job, John." I'm like, "You're welcome. You helped.
the same thing.
You guys helped."
We're listening for like
John trying to take a look. Yeah, good one.
infinitesimal like detail where it's like I'm listening for the snare drum to hit right at the time that his throat does the gurgling thing. It's like just so perfect, just the exact vision or tone or whatever we're looking for, and then he'll ace the one, and we're like, "Yep, that's the one." Sometimes you just know, and within 3 takes, like it wouldn't take him more than 3 takes to do something. Like
And
if you're
if
listening
you-
to that album, it's not like he spent a million years doing it. It would always just be like the first one's pretty damn good. Second one, I think you could do it better, but that might have been the one. And then it would just be like, "Oh shit, here it is. That was the fucking one." Like,
Well, if these guys
no
listen to
problem.
our record, they will not notice that we did that
no,
at all.
they'll just think, "Oh wow, this guy is hurting himself."
I think if you are listening to the record, if you listen to Thin Line, at the end of the song, I do a really long scream, and what we did cut out was the thump of me hitting the ground after I passed out from that scream.
Whatever. There's so many long screams on the record, like multiple ones, and they're all like in. I'm
surprised-
picky, and to me they're perfect.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm surprised more people
crazy ass
haven't
long.
mentioned that.
Why haven't they?
No critics or reviewers have mentioned like, "Holy shit, this guy knows how to hold a scream." Like even if it's not your cup of tea, just the raw impressiveness to me of some guy being able to hold any kind of a note for that long is pretty impressive. Like, holy shit, we played an entire like riff section in its entirety like 4 times or whatever while he's just holding the scream.
I just drive a nail into my kneecap slowly.
But yeah,
Do nobody knows? Nobody really knows, except for like a very short list of people, that album was recorded here in our practice space, which is a garage.
It's like a
Yeah.
wood
And
shop.
that has a loft above it, and we turned that loft, and by turned I'm doing air quotes,
Yeah.
into a studio, but more like we hung a bunch of doilies and blankets, and we built mock
Couch
walls,
cushion.
couch cushions, and
that's
shit.
what doilies are, by the way. Doilies are really everything soft that you can throw into. It's like, get another doily over here. Everything's
Torrefy
doilies.
code for.
Code for soundproofing cushions that are old cushions from various couches and things that you stack into a booth to make professional sound out of.
We turned it into a space for the drums.
Yeah.
And we made a little recording booth up there. And
Life
I
is
mean,
Bad
amidst
Studios.
a bunch of Adam's mums.
Sewing.
What do you call it?
Textiles.
Sewing, textiles, like materials, like
Fabric.
stuff, all sorts of assorted stuff.
Blankets and
I think
fabric,
the,
bolts of cloth.
The baby doll with the noose added the best acoustics, I think.
But that was for when we turned it into a vocal booth for you, which
Yeah.
we did.
That's for the vocal
We
resonance.
changed the shape of it
Yeah.
to make a very small, tight, warm, room for John to do his vocals up there, and we used it as a isolation room for the cabs too.
It was
Yeah.
very
Except for Simon's bass cab.
yeah, he did that.
We
down
made
here.
that down here in the main room with a crazy ass construction of doilies and
A pyramid. Of,
yeah,
like the kids' fort.
yeah. It was like
Yeah.
a kid's fort of like cushions and
Yeah, that's always our shit, you know? Like,
What-
Life is Bad Studios make the kids' fort around
we
here.
actually-
we hung the carpet around the garage
that
door
was like
railings.
Infinity Complex, we did that.
Yeah.
Infinity Complex
Oh,
recording.
we didn't do that again for. Oh no, Simon's rig was different. Yeah.
These guys went and dumpster dived in the back of a carpet store for like giant rigs of like bolts of carpet, like old ratty carpet, and then we hung it all up around and made walls out of it for recording. That was the first. That was Life is Bad Studios Mark 1
Yeah. Fun fact
for
though,
Infinity Complex vocals.
The solos, when we did some cutting up of the solos, we actually cut them up on a bandsaw.
No one can see there's a bandsaw here. There's a bandsaw here.
There's a band.
And drill press.
You can
It's a
see it on
skill saw.
Instagram.
It's a practice space / wood
Going up to
workshop
that-
for
going up
Adam.
to
We did all the compression in this vice grips over here.
Going up to the studio was a very, I feel that's how people feel in trading spaces, you know, when they walk into their house and it's all new. They're like, oh, John, you guys are like, John, we made you something. I'm like, oh, what? And I go in there and it's the rules of conduct for Power Rangers and like a hanging baby and a skull. And I'm just like, oh, it's beautiful.
It's perfect. We know how to get the best out of them.
The shway, the shway.
There's a picture of that. That vocal booth looked awesome, and there's a picture of it on our Instagram. You can go there and check it out. Yeah.
I'll probably just throw it up.
Oh, fucking good idea, Dan.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
have to
Smart.
direct people places. Although,
is
you
smart.
know, get that content, get those links, click on our shit, click on all our shit, click our shit.
Life is hat.
Life is hat,
Life
dog.
is hat.
You want to buy that hat? Probably get more fucking orders for Life is hat hats than anything now. Yeah, you like that design?
I
freehand.
personally like it, but I'll be happy if it just says on our price list, "Life is hat," and then the
And
price.
that's it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, I can accept that.
Good, good.
Okay, we can make that happen. We have some freedom in this market.
I think the way the world's going, though, we do need to invest in some Life is Bad masks, maybe some Life is Bad.
You know, I think we've all thought about it. Uncle Brian was wearing his homemade "Life is Bad"
It looked dope. It
mask.
looked
did
really
look cool.
good.
I have a Life
Everybody's
is-
got like masks. I mean, there must be a market for it. I'm just like,
Feels like there's a more. You're supposed to
everyone's-
donate the
where do
money
you-
for it or some shit because
where
it's
do
kind
you?
of bad
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
capitalize.
Bad, poor
on the-
taste to capitalize on a pandemic. Absolutely.
I guess. But Life is
But
Bad.
people are doing it anyway because it is you know. Even Michael from
That being
Season of
said-
Mist was saying he wasn't going to do it,
Yeah, but
then he did it.
guess what? Guess what? The music industry is suffering very badly from the same pandemic. It's not like
Oh,
you know,
truth.
it's not like
Truth.
our mental
The
health
band
is
is suffering. So, like, if we took the money from the sales, I mean,
It's not the worst thing in the world for us to try and. It's not capitalizing off it. It's fucking coping during it.
Yeah.
Right. Like if we make some masks, people would rather have a Life is Bad Torrefy mask probably than just a regular black one. I assume. You know, like you're wearing a mask, man, because why? Life is bad. You don't want to have to fucking explain your way out of that one.
Yeah.
Life is good. My mask has a rainbow.
Life
Like,
is
oh.
great. The sky's on fire and people are dying by the hundreds every day. Isn't
Yeah.
life just hashtag blessed?
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Keep playing
Hashtag
golf.
best coast. It's in flames right now, but it's great.
I love that people are acting like it's 2020. You know, like when
Yeah.
midnight rolls over
It'll be
on
fine.
December 31st, everything's going to reset.
Double
Yeah.
rainbow.
No, we're
Come
paying
on,
the price
people,
of
man.
not doing anything right for the last couple hundred years.
Yeah.
Poisoning the planet, not listening to anybody's talking about climate change.
Smoky Rain is doing the ball drop in the middle of the. It's going to be all double rainbows from then on.
Yeah, no more fires, no more poison, no more corrupt politicians. You just wait. I'm super excited for that ball to drop on December 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight. Who would you want? Who would you see as the president of the United States? Who would be a good person that you would put your confidence in? Try to stick him there in that ridiculous position.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, man.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. There's a guy. There's a guy. That
He's
would
a
be
guy.
good. That would be a good guy to do.
Could we bring like Steve Irwin back from the dead?
Okay, that would be a good one.
He's not an American citizen, definitely Australian, but
Yeah, well,
yeah,
at this point, who
I
cares?
think that it's important to them.
It's important to them. Yeah, it is.
Well, they got what was important to them, and it's going great, as we can tell. Man, that's a tough call. It's a tough call. I'm worried about making silence on the podcast as I like genuinely think about who I would want. Put the Weird Al.
Weird Al.
It's 100% Weird Al.
I think I would pick like Jon Stewart or like
John Cena.
Trevor Noah, someone like that who's like kind of got their finger on everything, but has an
Stephen
intelligent.
Colbert, maybe.
Oh, Stephen Colbert would be a great president. Man, you imagine the monuments that would get erected? Oh,
It's the all Lord
so
of the Rings.
great.
I'm erect right now.
Yeah, just thinking about that. That'd be cool. But what lady? It's hard.
Oh, right.
Ladies, don't forget.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Man, that's a tough one.
A lady, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't mind seeing Tulsi Gabbard, but because she's actually running for president. But I don't know. She's a military background, and I don't know how I feel about that always.
Nicki Minaj, maybe?
Yeah, that could be good.
That'd be pretty gangster. That'd be so sick. I don't think it would make the place better.
I'd like to see more of her.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. She'd definitely keep on Twitter.
Dear God. Does anyone have any stories? Anyone got a story for the people out
No,
there?
listen. I was just thinking about tour again, about how poor. Oh, a message
Who
from
dat?
space. Message from space. I was just thinking about how Simon was so sick on tour. He was just like figuring out his celiac disease or whatever it was, and he had like terrible heartburn and like, oh my God, the
Genuine.
poor guy.
What was the shot that the shot that Shockload bought us? Jameson.
Oh, they bought us some
They
Jameson?
bought us some Jameson, and Simon, although he is a celiac and was suffering from that
And major heart.
predicament, drank the Jameson shot. And I do remember that
doesn't affect you celiac-wise, though.
Isn't
It's
there
distilled.
grains?
Yeah, but but once it's distilled, it's not. There's no gluten left alive anymore. Just side note.
Torah science.
Science. Science.
Now you know.
Science. Life is bad.
Or
Fact.
you
Fact.
know. That's a sound effect there. I was just thinking, we need one of those radio soundboards here. So like one of those makes you know, like one of those ones that makes like an automatic like Homer Simpson dope, or like one of those Peter Griffin laughs. You know, the radio has.
I'll
Sometimes
just
you
do it.
feel like a
Just poke me.
boing, other times you.
Okay, see, now we have the whole soundboard, and I can work with this. I can
Every
work with this.
radio sound ever.
Every time we say Simon's principal's name, we just like,
Yeah, bleep.
yeah,
We missed doing that in the last one.
yeah.
so
It
it
went
doesn't
up
matter
too
now.
fast. Yeah, we're gonna face a lawsuit. Cops are coming around again for old Simon.
Luckily, he's up on Hornby Island.
I don't even need to tell. Here's a good one. Simon, we don't get enough Simon stories. I'll probably hear about this from him too. But I remember going to Simon's house one time after we went and played paintball, and the plan was we were all muddy from paintball, so I was gonna drop him off at his place, actually at our friend Chris's house, right up the road, 1 block away from his old house there. After paintball, I'm gonna go home, shower, get my stuff, and then we're all gonna hang out afterwards, grab some food, whatever. So I'm going back. So I get my shower done, everything. I drive back. Message from space. I drive back from my house to Simon's place, and I get there, and his whole house is surrounded by cops. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And my phone rings, and it's my aunt, and she is a police dispatcher, and she's like, are you with Simon right now? And I'm like,
Not entirely.
yeah, I'm just actually arriving at his house right now. There's a lot of police everywhere. She's like, yeah. I was like, I better go. She's like, yeah, you better go. I was like, okay. So I hang up the phone. Cop comes right towards me with his hand up. He's like, do you live here? Do you live here? I'm just like, no, I don't live here. He's like, stay back. And I'm just like, is everything okay? Like, are we good? And he's just like, it's under control now. And like Simon's opened the door now at this point, and he's in his. He's just wearing a towel around his waist. He's like just been having a bath because, I mean, you might not know this about Simon, but he doesn't have showers. He only baths.
Yeah.
He just takes baths only. It's crazy.
I haven't had a bath in, oh my God.
Yeah.
Why would you want to lay in a tepid pool of your own filth?
Have you met Simon Smith?
Well, okay. God, John, you've got some good. You get me tonight. You got me on every one, and boy, you're on fire.
I want to say that he has a shower when he stands up to get out of there to rinse the filth ring off because, like,
You
assume
want to
that-
say it, but
I
you
want
know
to.
that it's not true.
I don't know.
You're
it's
not
true.
going to say
I feel
it.
like you lay there and all the stuff comes off your body and it floats to the surface into a ring around the tub, and you stand up and just goes in a mask over your body again.
Simon Smith?
So why were there many cops at his
Oh
house?
yeah. So I forgot. It's such a normal thing. So I go there, and it turns out that he's decided to carry. I didn't think of this either. I'm stupid. And he had his own custom paintball gun out when he walked home from Chris's house to
I
his
see where
house.
this
So
is
he's
going.
wearing like camo pants and like just dressed like a fucking commando, looking like his crazy haired self, just pumping on the street with his like full big black assault rifle out. Only thing that's indicating it's a paintball gun is like the tube that does the CO2 or whatever, the metal tube that goes over and whatever. Maybe there's some orange on it. I can't see it. So obviously some neighbor. Anyway, so he's there. He's explaining. He's like, no, come in. I was just having a bath. Just come in. I'll show you. It's this paintball gun. And I just said to the guy, I was like, just for what it's worth, it's definitely paintball. Like we just got done playing paintball. I was there. He's like, yeah, it's all fine. It's fine. And Simon's like, just so you know, I can hear him asking the guy, like, did I break a law? Like, is there a law about this? And the guy's like, tells him like, no, not really. It's not illegal, but like, I mean, if you're walking around with an assault rifle, someone's going to call the cops. Like, this is going to happen. We're going to show up if you're just waving it around.
How many years ago was this?
Oh, it's got to be 7-8 years, maybe more.
Because now if you do that, anything like that here or in the States, you just get shot.
That's what I'm thinking.
Not by
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, all these situations that have happened to me where I'm just like, man, if I were in the States in a certain neighborhood, that shit might just be boom.
Actually,
you know? Like,
I take that back because if you...
But then
the
again,
police
look
in
at the
States,
white kid.
They go
white
into the
kid-
neighbor's house and they shoot that person.
Yeah, they shoot the neighbor. Especially if he's not white.
Yeah.
Looking like that white
And
kid
then they
walking
say,
around,
"Oops."
right around all the cops with a machine gun after he just killed 2 people, and they don't seem to mind too much about that guy. He didn't get a bullet.
It was clearly a paintball gun.
Yeah, clearly that must have been a paintball gun. He's just pushing people back for the cause. Like, here's, Simon in Canada walking down the street with a paintball gun, and cops are everywhere. And there was never a time where I was like, oh, he might get shot. Like, oh, fuck, there might be bullets right now. Like, no, I just thought, oh, this is a silly misunderstanding. I'm kind of think it's funny, and hopefully he doesn't get any like, a fine or something, right? It's crazy.
I did get a cop to pull a gun on my aunt by accident.
Oh.
Yeah. In high school, I got a new cell phone. It was one of those flip phones, invincible bastards. And I thought it'd be fucking hilarious. The funniest thing in the world, if I type in my number, it would change 1 digit at the end and just start texting random numbers. I hid the body.
Oh.
It does sound super funny.
So my phone plan was through my aunt. And the cops arrived at her house, guns out.
Wow.
And I'm about to go to bed and laying there, and my old man, who's one of the scariest dudes ever, busts open my door, and I'm just like, whoa. He's like, where'd you hide the body? I'm like, oh, fuck.
Your dad's not one of the scariest guys ever. To
Well,
you,
maybe
he
at the
is?
time, everybody's dad's the scariest guy ever at a
Okay.
certain
Did you
point.
see, he just had a car drive over him and finished a race. Like,
That's true. Yeah, he's kind of a tank. Doesn't give a shit. Wow.
Seems pretty chill.
I had cops knock on the door one time when I was younger. They came up, and it was a nice day. I was sitting with my family in the living room. My dog's there, and my mom and dad and sister and everything. And boom, boom, boom on the door. And okay, there's a lady cop there, and she's like,
Ooh, a
"It's
lady.
Daniel here." And my mom just looks at me, and I just step up there, and she goes, "Yeah, this is about the theft of some street signs that were taken," and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I know about that. That's a stupid thing. I'll show you or whatever. And I like take her outside, and she's like, "Do you have them still?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll give them back." She's like, "Oh, that helps. That's good." Because they're expensive. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was being an idiot. I just bored driving around stealing fucking street signs like a dummy. I'm like, oh, those ones you come off the hinges easy. You can
That's
just
a
hang on
classic.
that. It'll come off. No problem.
it's a vintage crime.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
yeah, just this idiot thing to do when you're a dumb kid and bored. And I did this, and I had stolen a bunch of them. I told her as I'm walking, I'm like, so just so you know, there are others too. She's like, oh, okay, really? Yeah. I'm like, well, you're gonna see them. They're all in my car, like in a stack or whatever. And she's like, okay, well, it's good that you admitted that and stuff. And then
How much time did you spend removing signs? That seems like a lot of work.
like 6 or 7 signs. We just went around and we just like see the right one, and all you do is your buddy hops out and hangs on it, and it goes punk, pops right off, and you're gonna drive away, and it's great.
Good thing
don't
you
know
got
what
here
you're doing
before
with
I
them.
Turned him into shanks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know what I was doing with them. The point is, she explained they're very expensive to replace. Takes a lot of money to get a guy out there to do it. Blah blah blah.
You,
blah.
Pulled a
you
gon
can't
on
just
you.
take them.
You can't just take them.
But
She
you
didn't need to
chokehold.
tell you a big
They're
story.
worth something.
She could say, like, you can't take these.
I really can't.
I
That's
knew.
something I
Good
did.
And it turned out the very first one I ever took was the guy who had ratted us out. It was the very first one.
Oh,
Yeah. One time, my buddy,
Start.
I remember my friend who was helping me do this at the time. Sounds like I was doing this for a long time, but it was like a couple weeks or a week, and I'm up there and he's boosting me up with his hands or whatever, and I'm up and there's a stop sign there and I'm going to take it off. It's actually your street sign.
Yeah.
And I'm hanging on it, kind of.
Tell
I'm
people
trying
where
to
I live.
pop it off.
John lives on.
John lives on. And so
John lives on.
perfect. Quack. So yeah. So anyway, a car drives by, right, and he just abandons me immediately, hanging up there. He just runs away, and so I'm like, ooh, like hanging now by my bicep on this street sign, like on the stop sign, and it's carving into my arm, and I'm just hanging off this thing, just holding myself up there, and the car drives by and doesn't give a shit. I'm like, what are you doing? You just fucking abandoned me up here, and like my arm's all bleeding and gashed and shit. It wasn't easy out there on the streets. Running the street sign gig was not really a wise one. I don't suggest anybody do that. Nobody wants to buy them.
Exactly.
Can't make any cool
Sell it back
crafts.
to the town.
Yeah.
Wow, what a coincidence. You have the Dallas Road street sign perfectly to
We
spec.
need that.
Perfectly to spec. One of the couple times that Torrefy actually got the cops called on them for playing at a house there.
Oh yeah.
Was when
Mrs. Morris.
that was good.
If you
Mosses.
don't, Mrs. Mosses.
Yeah. Listen to our track Thrash Can exclusively and only available on YouTube.
She got mad at us
hear
for
that.
playing outside one time. Left Simon an angry message. We put it in our album.
But no, it was when we were playing when Adam and Aaron's old house. I know we set up
The
like
Tillicum house?
No, the one before that.
On
not Woodley, fucking
McRae.
The McRae house. We set up like a makeshift stage with like plywood in front of us.
Yeah.
And we played to a bunch of our friends, and it got out of hand because we're playing thrash metal to a bunch of like drunk ass 20-year-olds.
with a literal restaurant
Yeah, across the street.
20 feet away. Across,
People are coming out of the
100 feet away
restaurant.
across the street.
People are coming out of the restaurant
Into the show,
house.
We were playing loud enough that you could hear us on the moon.
But the cops show up, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And the cops are like super cool, but I'm like a piss and vinegar 19-year-old, and the cops are like, "Okay, you can play one more song," and everyone's like, "That's super nice." And as soon as we start playing the song, I go up to the window and just middle finger at the cops. And like half the people,
Yeah, they let us play. Too.
half the people in the party, and like the owners, I was like, "What are you doing?" Like,
Stop it!
Pulling me away from the window.
Oh, they're being cool.
I'm like, "No, I'm
The whole
awesome."
house is chanting murder, murder, and the cops are at the door like clapping on the wrong beat. Fucking
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
We
sick.
will.
This is like
That's a nifty
Metallica.
sound.
You guys sure are loud in there. God damn, that's tight. Said the chief.
Yeah,
The show before
those guys
that-
are hella tight.
Oh, it's
God
so
damn,
tight.
that's tight.
Wow, you guys are playing the same notes at the same time. That's crazy.
Yeah. Right at
More
the same
musicians
time.
should follow that.
How do you know what he's gonna do?
The show before that was, I think, Father's Day or something, and we played to just our families as our first like
yeah.
live performance with me, and it was like just the cutest thing in the same house.
Same place, McRae House.
This like place that got the cops called on it, covered in vomit and booze.
My
the next
Nana's
day.
there.
Yeah, my like 5-year-old like little brother's there. Dan hits the snare once, and he's like in tears, and
Everyone's like, ah.
there's like a
Why does it
video
have to be so loud?
somewhere of us, like I think we're playing Direwolf, and it's like filming us playing Direwolf, and it slowly pans over, and like as physically far away as everyone could be from us in the room against the wall is just standing there with these like smiles, like, oh,
Who brought their children? Like one of my favorite pictures.
No ear protection.
My pictures that of Torrefy from this is the onset, like right the birth of Torrefy, right when we started. But Simon, there's a picture of Simon make mean mugging, like the growl, the screaming at the audience, which you would do at a
Psycho
giant
face.
stadium show or something, to these children.
yeah, it's my little
And grandparents.
My little brother, Kendall.
It's the funniest. It's the funniest picture. In the shot, you just see him looking so mean.
Why does he
so,
hate us?
What? Just like, who's he?
So
who does he
mad.
hate out there? Look at him. He looks like he's gonna eat them. You know. And then the next shot is them reacting to it, like tears in their eyes.
Why do
like,
people
what
like
is he-
this?
why is he doing that?
Why is he doing that?
If you don't enjoy it, son, just put the guitar down.
My
It's
lovely,
such a good picture,
sweet,
man.
like,
It's like.
lovely,
why-
sweet, like muffin baking stepmother. I was like, I live in a fucking thrash god, and she's like, you live in a very nice house, young man.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Sean, one time, put a description about like our first album, like recorded in a dingy, dark basement, blah blah blah. My mom read that and was like, "Hey, my basement is nice." We recorded in Thrash and Burn in my old bedroom when I had moved out, and we would go back there and
Sorry,
record
Mom,
a metal
we
album.
can't be like Thrash and Burn recorded
Shout
in a
out to my
lovely,
parents.
comfy, well aerated basement.
Shout out to my parents. I move out.
Delightful heirlooms. Like,
Yeah. I move out like of their place finally, and I'm off in my own place, and I take my metal band back there to their house to record the album in my old bedroom because it has good soundproofing, because they put soundproofing in there to not hear me when I was growing up there. And there's like, our golden retrievers are coming and visiting and saying what's up to everybody, and shout out to George Anstey who came over. And my mom's like, I still told me the other day, she's like, I still remember coming upstairs and coming in the house from my walk and just seeing George in the kitchen making eggs, washing the pan from making eggs, and just saying, "Hello, I'm George," and meeting me in my house. I didn't know who that was. I just came home, and there's this guy.
George Anstey is
George
the
from Scimitar.
guitarist of Scimitar.
Or he was
at the time.
For most of it, yeah.
And he recorded our album. But God, I remember him like coming over, getting everything set up, and then requesting like
salad or-
salad. Or,
Is there something like
if you-
healthy I can eat?
Yeah, like
And I'm
if
like,
you
I
have like
understand.
a plate with assorted
Some
vegetables
veggies.
and fruits.
Which is
Like,
like way more reasonable than what like Gustavo requests.
It's true.
Go back to the olden days with George being like, have a carrot. And you're like, fuck yeah, Gustavo's like, I
you
need
need a
some
carrot.
octopus soup, brother. And
George is like, I need some eggs and some kale, some spinach. I could really go for some kale right now. And I'm like, you know what? I understand. He's right. We do need some energy food. We've been up since 4 a.m. and now we're back at it. We need some energy food. Gustavo, it's like, okay, Gustavo, yo, man, I'm on the phone with the pizza place. What do you want for on your pizza? And he's like,
and
you're like, Gustavo,
I don't know
Gustavo.
if it's translating
Dude,
to staring off into
someone's
space.
listening. Someone's listening to me right now on the phone, waiting for the pizza order. What do you want to eat, man? We got to eat dinner.
he turns to Simon and goes, Simon, brother.
Simon boy.
Ignoring Dan entirely.
Simon, what is that place that we went to? What is that place downtown? The Korean barbecue. Oh my god, I'm pretty sure they don't have Korean barbecue at this place.
Domino's.
This is Domino's, dude. I don't like that pizza and that hamburgers that you are always eating. I'm like, dude, I don't always eat that. I just eat it when you come here because
It's 2 in the fucking morning and we're editing. I'm not gonna find you a delicacy.
I don't eat this all the time. I'm in studio mode, bro. I'm trying to get over here to work. I don't eat Subway for everything. Although,
I don't
on the
like
podcast,
that
you
pizza and
think-
hamburgers that you eat all the time. What?
I don't
all
want
the
to eat
time?
I don't want eating all this bread and this.
And again, at least George was like specific. He's like, I want kale and eggs. You know, Gustavo's like, I need something.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Well, I'm
Elaborate.
thinking of something.
I think I need something.
Blowjob.
I blowjob.
We love you, G. We love you.
G.
We know you don't listen to these, so it's
No,
fine.
you don't listen to shit. You don't care about us anymore.
I'm gonna literally ask you what you think of the latest podcast later, and you're gonna say it was great, and I'll know you didn't listen to this.
Yes. What did you think of our latest podcast? Oh, I didn't listen yet, but I'm going to, brother. Just very busy, brother.
Oh God,
The pressure already. I'm going to say, did you listen to it? A pressure already. Oh, very interesting.
this has entirely become in jokes.
I'm sorry. It's so... it's only funny if you know the cat, man. He's like such a beloved friend and brother to us. He is the most patient motherfucker with me when I'm on the drums and I'm frustrated and I'm trying to get the recording properly. And he's like, maybe you could just try it, like, doing it a little bit better. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm trying to do it better. What kind of thing is that to help? And then he's like, okay. Tranquilo.
It's helpful to know that Gustavo is from Colombia.
It is. I'm not just speaking, like, I didn't just have a stroke or anything like that. It's just my very best impression of him. And he's...
Well, Dan does the best one.
His impression, his accent is like such a gift. It's such a beautiful thing, man. I hope he knows that I just love it.
It
And I
increases
want-
his charisma like +10.
It does.
If you know Torrefy, like if you're part of our group, we make fun of each other without mercy. And so Gustavo entered this arena, unbeknownst to him, we were going to do that to him mercilessly as well.
But he handles it very well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Usually.
Which is good because you need to if you're going to be part of our group. And
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, he treats the band like a
Very patient.
treats the band like that fucking Gordon Ramsay meme. You know, it's like me and Simon, he's like, "Oh, you're precious. You're my children. I love you." Then he turns to Dan and Ben. He's like, "You fucking donkey."
Yeah, that's fair. We get through. Me and Ben sit there for the entirety, like literally every moment of the recordings, all the way through everything, every edit, every drum take, everything that we can be there for. We're there. We're working. We're drilling it out. You know, we've got our takes. You know, and pardon me, but.
Involved in everyone else's takes as well.
And everyone else's takes, trying to make sure they all sound good, you know, mixing, mastering, and everything. And then it's just like, Simon is the best. Simon is the hero of the album. He is a god of music.
I won the album.
No, but you guys are very lucky to have him. You don't watch out, he's going to get somebody else going to take him. He's going to be the bassist for Megadeth. You watch. And so we have always paid Simon extra compared to everyone else.
He gets like two
more.
times more than we do.
Because we understand, right? We know our place, and Gustavo showed us that, you know, the hero of the album is Simon. Although he did say, and he did admit, and we all agree that John won the album this time. He won. John was victorious over us all when it came to his performance on our last album. He delivered.
Yeah, just don't ask like Toilet of Hell that or any of the reviewers in general.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those guys actually have a problem with the pace, and that kind of falls to me, doesn't it, as the drummer to like change the pace?
No.
I think
we all agree to do what we do the way we want to do it. And FYI, we're right there wrong. Hey, but it's time to get band practice.
Yeah, we gotta stop going for an hour.
Sorry, yeah, we do. These things are getting longer. Whoops.
Yeah, way too long.
Okay.
I hope you listened to that part, and if you did, good for you.
No, you should have already turned it off because you should be in band practice too. That's bad podcast.